Hi everybody, Bruce Roth here. Thank you so much for looking at my videos. Today I'm going to record a two-part video on how to rent your property. This is for landlords. I'm recording it in two parts because if you go much over 6 minutes, YouTube doesn't work as well and they don't want anything over 10 minutes. So the first part I want to talk about is most of the people who are going to find this video interesting are people who are reluctant landlords. These are people who owned a house, maybe they moved up to a better house or a better neighborhood, and they found that the prices had slipped and they couldn't sell the house for what they thought it was worth. So now they're renting it out, hoping the market will come back. So they may or may not be proficient landlords, and so I wanted to give you some tips that you can use to do a better job of landlording. So the first thing you need to know is it's very difficult to rent a house while there's still a tenant in it. As a matter of fact, I've done it, I've seen it done, but it's very hard to do. It's almost impossible. I recommend that you wait till the house is vacant. So I'm just going to assume that's what you're doing. The first thing you need to do is you need to inspect the property. You should have a pen and paper, maybe a clipboard, and walk around and look at every defect in the house. Look at it with as critical an eye as you can. Don't look at, if you see anything, don't say, oh, that's not so bad. Make a list of everything. Now, I'm not recommending that you do upgrades to the property. It's a rental. But if there's any visible defects in the property, it makes it very difficult to rent and you get lousy tenants. And that's why you need to fix any problems you have, because the people that you want for a tenant are people who only want to live in a nice place, who wouldn't consider living in a yucky place. The kind of people who will live in a yucky place are the kind of people who won't take care of your property. So decide what you're going to do and then fix it. Now, don't start showing it until you have everything fixed. So now once you have it all fixed, you need to decide what you want to charge in rent. You can look for comps on rents. It's very hard to find comps for rents because, like the multiple listing service that we use on purchases, most of the properties that are sold go through that, and the title company has all the sale records. Leases, if someone rents a property themselves for rent by owner, there's no place to look for that information. Only when a broker rents it is that information available, and that information may or may not actually reflect even 25% of the market. So you really don't know what things are renting for. And what people are asking is not necessarily an indication of what they'll actually rent for. So you decide on what you rent for, and I recommend that you go for a lower number than you thought you might want, because for every $100 I go down and rent, I find that I get almost twice as many calls at $100 less. And what that does for you is you get a lot more people through the house more quickly. More likely someone's going to like the house, and you're going to get a better tenant because you have more people to choose from. There's even an increased chance that you might get multiple applications. So that's always a good thing. So now the next thing you want to do is you need to find prospects. So you want to do a few things. You need to put a sign in the yard. A lot of people don't like putting signs in the yard because they think it attracts undesirables. That may be true, but it's not as true as a vacant house attracts undesirables. So you need to get it rented up very quickly so you don't get vandalism. Some people still use the newspaper. There's bulletin boards like at the market or at schools. If your property is near a college, it's really a good idea to advertise at the college. Some of them use physical bulletin boards, but most of them these days it's all online. College kids are all very tech savvy, so it's all online, but you should contact the school to find out how they run their classified advertising. Some charge, some's for free, depends on the school. You need to check that out. The next thing is internet. There's a number of sites where you can advertise properties. There's one called Westside Rentals. I like that one because the quality of tenants, here in LA it works, the quality of tenants you get on Westside Rentals is better than in general. You just don't get very many from them because they charge the tenant a fee for their list, so they charge you nothing. But so anyone who's willing to spend the money to get a list of properties is serious about finding a place. but they don't generate that many. And their business is not renting your property. Their business is selling memberships. Remember that if you use them. The next place is Craigslist. I found Craigslist to be a wow. I put ads on there. My phone starts ringing a few minutes later if the property's priced right. Lots of pictures. Pictures makes the property more attractive. If you have friends, you might send out an email blast to your email database. You never know. Someone you know may know someone who's looking for a place. So now you're going to show the property. You have to make it as easy as possible to show the property. If it's hard to see the property, it won't get seen. And again, the more people that see the property, the faster it'll get rented to the better tenant and for more money. So make the property as available as possible. I like lockboxes. You can do it however you want. You can sit there all day. Running back and forth is probably not a very realistic idea, which is how most people do it. You're going to find yourself getting stood up a lot, just so you know. That's all I'm going to talk about in this first video. I'm going to cover the rest of it in the second video. If you have any problems, questions, or concerns, please contact me, Bruce Roth, your favorite real estate broker. My phone number is area code 818-921-0150. And my email address is bruce@bruceroth.com. I also do purchases. If you know someone who wants to buy, sell, or lease, I'd love to help them. Thanks and have a great day. Don't forget to look at the second video.